Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here, I'm Linz. So we are going to be attempting to make some scones, or are they scones? I don't know, I suppose it depends on how you say it. It's a bit like tomato. So this is a recipe I have been using for years. Now I've never done it in the air fryer, so we're learning together on this one. I'm going to come down and have a look at the ingredients to start with. So first of all, I'm going to start off with this. Now, I have 175 mils of milk in here. And let me I knew I'd forget to get something out. I thought I was nice and prepared, but apparently not. I am just going to be adding literally that into that. And it's just going to turn it into a little bit of, I suppose, a buttermilk type consistency. So that's what we do first. Then in this bowl here, I have 350 grams of self-raising flour. In with this, I am going to add 1 teaspoon baking powder. That. Just give that a little bit of a mix around. Now, I think depending on sort of your recipes and things like that, depends on when certain ingredients go in. But in this bowl here, I have 45 grams. Now, it's meant to be caster sugar. I'm just using normal granulated sugar because I just don't see the overall point, if I'm honest. So I'm going to pop that in there too. And my main ingredient I've left in the fridge. Bear with. Here I have 85 grams of grated butter. Now I grated it and then popped it back in the fridge because I needed it kind of more on the hard thing. So we're going to pop that all in with there. You can make so many different variations of, I'll leave that there for a second, of scones, depending on which way you want to say it. But first of all, we're just going to, basically you want this to kind of come into sort of like a crumb consistency. But the I don't know if you can see that coming off, I'm sure you can. The butter itself, because it's grated, we're not going to overly bother too much with that. You just want to give it a quick. You can do this as well in your food processor, and it literally takes seconds. Note to self, wearing sort of dark colours when you're dealing with flour probably isn't the best idea, especially when there's blooms of it everywhere. Blooms? The right word? That's not the right word. Been in the garden too long, me. Now, this is about as crumbed as I'm going to bother with, to be honest. We're not going to go overly mad. Just going to make a tiny little bit of a well in that. And just take our milk and lemon mix. See, it hasn't overly done too much, but basically what that does is it helps the baking soda or the baking powder to rise a little bit. So I'm going to pop just some of that in to start with and combine it. I'm using sultanas in my mix today, and I have 85 grams of them. You don't have to add any fruit. You can make these plain. If you are making them plain, I would advise to add maybe a little bit of salt in with them too. Just a pinch, not much. Now I have a beaten up egg there as well, but that's not going to come yet. That's going to be to give them a little bit of a glaze afterwards. Just going to pour the rest of that in. Now they reckon the key to a good scone, I don't know which way to call it, is not to particularly overwork the mixture too much. So that should start coming together quite nicely now. You don't want it too sticky, but you don't want it too loose either, if that makes sense. So I get in with a hand now to combine all that together. If you do think it's either a little bit too dry or too moist, wet, then you can add either another touch of milk if it's too dry, or a little bit of flour if you think it's too wet. So I think that's perfect actually. And when you're kneading it, what's happening as well is that butter is also getting a bit warm. So I'm just going to pop that there. I have some self-raising flour here. Oh, we just made a mess. That's what I was trying to avoid. Now we're just going to form this. I'm not going to get the rolling pin out or anything. I'm just going to go by hand. And I want around I suppose up to sort of like your first knuckle there on your finger. You kind of want to make sure they're even. So we'll use this one. This is a 7cm cutter. Now, traditionally they're kind of made using this fluted sort of, is it fluted edge that's called? But depending, they rise a lot better if you use this, in my experience anyway, she says, and yeah. And then we're going to be, probably have some flops. But if we can see that, that's about that there. So, and everyone's shouting, going, hold on a minute, where's the fruit? I want some plain ones as well as some fruit ones. So I want 4 plain. And then we're going to combine the fruit in with the rest of the mix. So it's just a way of, if you've got certain people, well, I'm the certain person, I'm not particularly too keen on the fruit in my scones. I don't mind it, I've got better over the years, but not much. This is enough fruit to do the whole mix. So do that as you will. Again, just shove them in. And she says the key is not to mix too much, and look what she's doing. It will be fine, my lovelies. What about that? I'm going to go again. Probably should have put a little bit more flour down. Yep, because everything's stuck. Let's see. not overly the right size there, but we get there. Typical. You see, a normal YouTuber would have just cut this out and gone, oh, I can't make that video. Me? Nah. It is what it is. So, and then this one with the bits left, we'll just mould it into roughly the same shape. And that will do. So I'm just going to go and wash my hands, and then we'll get on to putting them into the air fryer. I have an awful mess going on down here, but that's just the way it goes. We are going to be removing the crisper trays, so somewhere where I can find space. And we'll start off with the plain ones. I'm going to pop them in. They do look a little bit bigger, but they, you know, they'll be fine. You could probably fit about 6 in there, but I'm going to do 4 for the plain ones in this one. We're just going to take some of this egg wash. You can see here. And just brush a good bit over the tops. You can do this before you put them in, but it seems to make, I'm going to, well, assume it would make a lot more mess. As I said, I've not done scones in the air fryer before, so that's one. Again, crisper tray out. Now I am going to put all 5 of these in here. Or 6, actually. 6. I can't even count today. That's good, Linz. Yeah. Okay, we'll try all 6 then. See what happens. So I haven't got much space, but they tend to more rise than they do come up. So that's them there. Again, let's give them an egg wash. Make a mess. You know, standard stuff here in the kitchen. If you've been here a while, you'll understand. Now, times. Let's see. I'm kind of thinking maybe 180 for about 8 minutes. We'll use the bake setting. Maybe, yeah. And we'll check them then. If that's not enough, then we can put them back in. So we're going on, let's see. Yeah, we'll try bake, which is, no, I'm going to bring that up to 180 and bring this down to 8. Am I? That might not be enough time, but we'll check them. And we'll go on to match, so that's the 2 drawers, and then we'll start. I'm going to clean this mess up, and then I will come back, and we'll see how this is getting on. It might need another few minutes. It might not. We don't know yet. All right, lovely. So let's have a look, shall we? Oh, look at them. They have risen. Fantastic. They're the plain ones that I didn't do much handling with. And they are the fruit ones. So I'm going to take the biggest one. No, I'm not, because we're going to put them back in for 2 minutes. Yep. Okay, so back on bake, back on 180, and we're just going to bring that down just another 2 minutes, Just felt like it was about to fall apart when I went to pick it up. So we'll try that. Nope, because I was only doing one draw. So we're going on match. And we're going to have to start that again. So bake 180, 80, hello. And down for 2 minutes, match. Make sure the 2 draws are going, obviously. Right, we're done our next 2 minutes. These are massive. Oh, days. Let's have a look at one, shall we? Look at the size of them. Perfect. They're the plain ones. And yeah, these ones are a lot taller than the fruit ones because there was less messing with the batter. So let's have a look. Yeah, they're all fine. See that? Perfect. Now I just have to get them out. There we go. I'll bring these down so you can see. Oh, the smell is fabulous. I can't wait to tuck into one of these. And yes, we will be doing a taste test, lovelies, afterwards. Just to make sure as well that they are cooked through. So I'll cut open one of the bigger ones. That's the one we didn't mould. And we'll cut open one of the plain ones just so you can see. Now, I'll leave them to cool for a little while and I'll be back. Now, this is the part I keep my fingers crossed and hope that they actually cooked all the way through. So we're going to take a knife. Not that we really need to because they've broke. Oh, wow. Look at that. They've broke apart really, really nicely. Let's see. Let's grab this one. For the fruit one, they're so fluffy. Oh, wow. These be cooked. Yeah, it's not too bad. To me, I'm happy with that, but I think, to be honest, I would have probably put them in for another minute or 2, I'd say. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to butter a little bit of these. Just some plain butter. They're still a little bit warm. Now, I will be having strawberry jam as well, but just for, where he is, all of you that for some reason like to see me eat on camera. Don't know why, but yeah, we'll have a go. Lovely. Oh, I really, really do like that. I'm not going to try to, I suppose I should, really, shouldn't I? I'm not a big fan of fruit scones. Good cheese one's nice too. But just to show you that they are cooked and they're edible, I'll do it for you. So I'll take one for the team. Now, lovelies, I want to know down in the comments, do you do your scones, however you want to pronounce it, in your air fryer? If so, let me know your times, temperatures, all that kind of jazz down in the comments below. I'd be so happy to hear them. I'm happy with them. Now, do bear in mind as well, the bigger you make them, the smaller you make them, the height, the width, or the what, might depend a little bit on your cooking times. Now, I am happy with them. And funnily enough, the ones that we didn't faff around too much with, just the plain ones that were very lightly kneaded and then cut, have risen substantially. But then I did make the fruit ones just a little bit wonky of sorts. They look homemade. They taste great. That's it from me. Lovelies, I am going to enjoy my scone or scone. You know, I haven't got any clotted cream, unfortunately, so that's not going to be happening. But once again, thank you so much for spending time with me. This has been a long video. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. Take care, enjoy whatever's going on in your day, and I will talk to you all down in the comments or over on another video. Bye for now, lovelies.